The song almost wasn't finished. Its singer was sick for weeks. The band was under enormous pressure after releasing the best-selling album in the world. And yet, somehow, one of the last songs written for Meteora became the biggest song of their career. More than 2 billion views, millions of records sold, and over 20 years later, people still connect with it. So how did a last-minute song become the voice of an entire generation? This is the story of Numb.
Behind every historical fact lies a deeper secret. Welcome to Veil Theory.
Why Numb became the voice of a generation. In 2003, Linkin Park released a song called Numb. Today, the music video has more than 2 billion views. It became one of the most successful rock songs ever released. But what most people don't know is that Numb was one of the last songs completed for the album Meteora. At the time, Linkin Park were facing a challenge that has destroyed many bands before them: success. Just 2 years earlier, Hybrid Theory had become the best-selling album in the world. The band went from being unknown musicians to global superstars almost overnight. Now they had to prove they could do it again. Fans expected another masterpiece. Record labels expected another hit. The media wanted to know whether Linkin Park were the real deal or just a one-album phenomenon. While touring around the world, the band started working on their second album. Ideas were recorded on tour buses, backstage areas, and temporary studios. By the end of the writing process, they had created around 80 songs. Only 13 would make the final album. Every track had to earn its place. Surprisingly, Numb wasn't one of the early songs. It was one of the final tracks completed. According to reports, it was written only a week before the band entered the studio. Nobody knew it would eventually become the most iconic song of their career. At the same time, Chester Bennington was dealing with personal struggles of his own. His parents divorced when he was young. Years later, he revealed that he had suffered abuse during childhood. He also spoke openly about struggling with drugs and alcohol from an early age. Even after becoming famous, life remained complicated. Around the Meteora era, Chester was dealing with the breakdown of his first marriage, while adjusting to life as a new father. From the outside, everything looked successful. Behind the scenes, things were very different. The pressure continued when recording began. The band entered NRG Studios in Los Angeles to finish Meteora. Producer Don Gilmore returned to work with them, just as he had on Hybrid Theory. But the recording process wasn't smooth. Chester became seriously ill and was reportedly sick for nearly 5 weeks. Some of his vocal recordings for Numb were not completed until the album was already being mixed. The deadline was approaching. The album had to be finished. Yet one of its most important songs was still incomplete. Looking back, it's hard to imagine. One of the biggest rock songs in modern history nearly arrived at the last minute. What made Numb different wasn't its production. It wasn't its chart performance. It was its message. Many fans believe the song was inspired by a specific event in Chester's life. However, the band's own explanation was much broader. Mike Shinoda described the song as being about emotional exhaustion. That point where a person feels drained from constantly trying to meet expectations. The lyrics focus on someone who feels trapped by what other people want them to be. Someone who is tired of pretending. Someone who feels disconnected from their own identity. That idea turned out to be universal. Teenagers related to it. Parents related to it. Workers related to it. People from different countries and different cultures heard the same message. Not because they shared Chester's experiences, because they understood the feeling. The music video reinforced that connection. Instead of focusing on the band, it followed a young female student struggling to fit in. She felt isolated, misunderstood, ignored. The story reflected experiences that many viewers recognized from their own lives. As a result, Numb became much more than a rock song. It became a personal anthem for millions of people. When it was released as the third single from Meteora in September 2003, the response was immediate. The song topped major rock charts. It became the only song in history to remain #1 on Billboard's Modern Rock chart across 2 consecutive years. Millions of copies were sold. The music video became one of the most watched rock videos ever uploaded to YouTube. A few years later, Numb reached an even bigger audience through Numb/Encore, the collaboration between Linkin Park and Jay-Z. The remix won a Grammy Award and helped bridge the gap between rock and hip-hop. For most bands, that would have been the end of the story. But Numb's story wasn't finished. In July 2017, Chester Bennington died at the age of 41. The news shocked fans around the world. Almost immediately, listeners returned to Numb. The song re-entered the Billboard Hot 100. Millions of people listened to it again. Some fans began interpreting the lyrics as a prediction of Chester's future. Others connected the song directly to specific events from his childhood. However, those interpretations remained speculation. The band's explanation never changed. Numb was about emotional exhaustion, identity, and the pressure of expectations. Not a prophecy, not a prediction. Yet Chester's death changed the way many people experienced the song. What was once a hit record became something more personal. For many fans, it became a reminder of someone whose voice had helped them through difficult periods in their lives. More than 20 years after its release, Numb continues to find new listeners. It has survived changing music trends, changing technology, and even the decline of the genre that helped create it. Most songs belong to a moment in time. Numb belongs to a feeling, and that feeling remains relevant. The feeling of trying to become someone else's version of yourself. The feeling of carrying expectations that never seem to end. The feeling of losing who you are while trying to please everyone around you. Maybe that's why this song became the voice of a generation. Not because it had all the answers, but because it described a struggle that millions of people quietly carried inside themselves. And perhaps that's the real lesson behind the story of Numb. Success doesn't protect people from pain. Fame doesn't erase personal battles. No matter how successful someone appears on the outside, they may still be fighting battles nobody else can see. Sometimes the strongest people are carrying the heaviest burdens. And sometimes, the most powerful thing a song can do is remind us that we are not alone.